the last round, guys, of the MotoGP 2025 season. And, I'm going to try to do it a little bit different. We'll start with this. We'll start with, in your own words, each of you will start with TJ. Give a recap of the weekend before we dive into the whole season and stuff like that. That's the question. Just give a recap on what you thought of the weekend, and the floor is yours. We'll start with TJ.
Man, let's see. Like, how can I say it? I mean, it's the grand finale. I mean, we start with all the young guns, the mini moto and stuff like that. So it's the grand finale. It's kind of like the race you want to end on. It's kind of bittersweet just to have it end the season. But like I said, it's like you have the kids there, like all the the uh, the the levels. So I would say it's just the grand finale. It's a good weekend.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Lewis, man, the floor is yours, and make it short and sweet like TJ, but you might not. What are your thoughts on the weekend, man, in your words?
I mean, Spain is always a good place to finish off the season. I mean, they've been doing it now. They're pretty much with the one little hiccup, the COVID year. I think they finished Spain is the capper of the season almost every year for the last like 20 something years. It's always a great turnout. It's always a great crowd. I enjoyed every single race, the practices. I mean, you kind of get that little bit of an extra enjoyment out of it, knowing that now we're going to go into like the winter months and we're not going to see motorcycle racing for 3 or 4 months. So it's a bittersweet ending to the season, but it was a good event, man. The turnout was amazing, like it's been in a lot of other events. The racing was fun, like it was tight, it was good. There was a lot of things that happened. So even though like some of the bigger names maybe weren't racing, Marquez and so forth, it's still a great weekend, man.
I was surprised at the turnout, the attendance. I mean, it was packed, but
yeah.
It sounded like it was in 100,000, not like the 250, close to 300 of these other tracks. Is it? I mean, does that area of Spain need to, commandeer some more land?
No, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's so much I mean, the one thing with that track is kind of built like a stadium because the track's in the middle and there's grandstands around it, whereas other tracks kind of like the infield will go out to an outfield and then come back to the infield. It's all like in a stadium there. So it's a very unique layout for a racetrack, because anywhere you sit, you can kind of see the entire track. So it is a little bit smaller of a venue, but it's also, it's the end of the year. I think it makes it special to have that like arena type feel.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with the grandstand. It does. I saw that over the weekend when they were panning the crowd and stuff like that, and I didn't know the complete layout as you explained it, but I was like, oh wow, there's a whole row of stands in that one section, where at other tracks you don't see that. And I'll say this: I mean, it is. And I don't know about TJ. It is one of my favorite tracks on Ride Game, and it's one of the few tracks like I know all the turns. It's like Mugello and these other places, I know some of the turns and stuff like that. But it's one of the few tracks because it's a smaller track. One of the reasons I believe, but it's also a fun track to go around on, and it is tight. So I can see why Yamaha was quick. At that track. What are your thoughts on the layout of the track? And TJ, do you agree with, is that one of your favorite tracks as well? I mean, I also like it on a MotoGP game.
I mean, yeah, I consider it's one of a favorite track of mine. Everyone likes Mugello and all those faster tracks where you can really get on the gas, but it's a more technical track, small layout, and I think it's pretty smooth. I like Valencia. It's just like you said, the stands is really nice wherever you sit. Like when they pan it out, you can see different turns from afar and don't have to be like, for instance, let's say Coda, where it's like you don't hear the bikes for a couple minutes because they're so far away. And I just think the layout's pretty neat. It's pretty unique, and it's a cool track because it takes a minute and a half roughly to get around, and so you can see the entertainment pass by like faster. So
Yeah.
It's the NJMP of the
I agree. It is definitely that kind of track. So